We begin with breaking news on the Air Canada strike. Jobs Minister Patty Hajdu is intervening in the dispute, acting to end it within hours of the stoppage taking effect. More than 10,000 flight attendants walked off the job shortly before 1 a.m. Eastern after talks over a new contract broke down after 9 months. A short time ago, the minister says she is sending the issue to binding arbitration. Now, the CBC's Linda Ward is near Toronto's Pearson Airport. She joins me now. Linda, what more do we know about this order back to work?
Well, we know that the union is not going to be happy about this. The striking workers on the picket line still here at Terminal 1 behind me, they had said that this was not something that they wanted, Stephanie. So what this means for them, they're still going to be working that out with the Canada Industrial Relations Board, but essentially the minister using Section 107 to bring in binding arbitration, saying the two sides were just too far apart. And that this was having an immediate impact on Canadians, on travelers, on the economy, not just people getting to where they need to be, but important cargo, things like pharmaceuticals and things like that. So the impact of this was very real and very immediate. So ordering the parties to resume talks, the Industrial Relations Board bringing in binding arbitration, sending striking Air Canada flight attendants back to work. We're not sure exactly when that will happen. Canada's economy, she said, had seen enough that there was this ongoing trade war. There's been a number of labor disruptions and that they just couldn't deal with another blow. The immediate impact too great. Now, we were talking there about how the minister had been called in already to try and do something like this. We were expecting a decision around noon yesterday on that, but instead the minister issuing a statement calling it unacceptable, that the two sides couldn't get to the table, that they couldn't come to an agreement, urging them to get back to talking again, but no indication that binding arbitration was on the table at that point. And then today, a change in her statement, speaking there, saying that change came because the two parties met last night. They were at the table. There was an offer made by Air Canada, but that offer was turned down. It was deemed then appropriate by her that she would need the help of an arbitrator to come in here and put an end to this.
Yeah, Linda, she was saying they were just too far apart at that time. Now, there have been questions, and she just took some questions about the constitutionality of using Section 107 of the Labour Code. How did she respond to that? What did she say about that?
Yeah, again, repeating those concerns about the impact that this was having and saying that it was so immediate that this was really the path forward. But she was asked if the government was anti-union because of the number of times that this has been done, that the government has stepped in labour negotiations, and concerns that that may be the optics of taking a move like this. Here's what she had to say about that.
Well, actually, just recently, I think the CIRB affirmed that in one of the recent disputes, the use of 107 was constitutional. And of course, I know there are a number of pieces of litigation. But listen, in today's decision, this is about industrial peace and the safety of Canadians. Of course, any deal is best if it's arrived at between the parties.
So her answer to that is what the union will be responding to. We know that they are expected to react to what the minister said. We're waiting on a timing on that. We don't know when that will happen just at this point in time and where they are. I know that they were moving to a different location last I checked in with them, but they're not going to be happy. I asked them at that press conference this morning, why not go to binding arbitration? If they were so confident that they had such support for their side, would an arbitrator not give them a better deal than what Air Canada was offering? They said no. They said it would be something that they wanted that their members to be able to vote on. They wanted their members to be able to sit at the table and hammer out a deal without the use of a federal arbitrator. So here they are now. They're not going to be very happy about this. Air Canada, for their part, had been asking for this. We're going to be expecting their reaction momentarily, I'm sure, as well, Stephanie.
Okay, Linda, thank you so much for all of your coverage on this and for being at that airport from the early hours of this morning. You've been bringing us all the stories of people stranded there. Really appreciate it. Thank you.